Power of making mistakes and failing in life. That's what I'm here to talk about today. If this is the first time watching my channel, my name is Passy. I'm here to talk about the mystery of making mistakes and failing in life. Most of us we have been conditioned and programmed to think that making mistakes is bad. But I'm here to let you know that sometimes making mistakes and failing can actually help you to grow in life. So, first of all, if you understand, you realize that we are programmed as human beings to see failure as something that we should avoid. Even at early age, when you are growing up, when you make a mistake, you're considered to be a failure. You're considered to be someone who is not well up in life. Also in school, when you notice in school, you are punished for making mistakes. So our school system programmed us as we are growing up to see failure as something that we should avoid. So if you get into the real life, you realize that in life, actually to grow, extend in life, you need to make mistakes. So it's a very important for you to realize that in life, you have to make mistakes. Mistakes are good, can make you to become a better person. You can learn from your mistakes and correct your mistakes and do the things that you're supposed to do. So it's important for you to realize that don't avoid mistakes. Mistakes are good for you to become successful in life. So that's the very most important thing that I also want you to remember. And the other thing that I realized in life is that making mistakes is good, can actually help you to actually upgrade yourself as a human being. Even if I look at myself when I was growing up, I was a person who was making a lot of mistakes. But I realized that when I was making a lot of mistakes, that's the way that I was also growing as a person. So, in as much as we try to avoid mistakes in life as human beings, I want you to always remember that making mistakes is not bad. It's not bad. It's part of life. It's normal for human being to make mistakes. It's normal for everyone to be a failure. I'll give you a perfect example. If you look at the people that are very successful in life, if you look at Elon Musk, right now is the richest man in this world, the current right now. But if you look at the journey of him to become successful, he failed in many businesses before he created Tesla, before he created SpaceX in his life. So sometimes failing can actually help you to grow in business as a human being. So in business factor, in business also, you need to make mistakes. You need to review your failure as a weapon. So what I realized is that successful people, they take their failures and mistakes as a weapon to succeed in life. And also, if you see that the mistakes that you make, for example, when you are in an individual, then you are, for example, you are in a dating relationship and you are making mistakes, you realize that those mistakes are actually helping you to grow. You become a better person, and mostly you find someone who you can date who is more successful, who is more better than the person that you have. So it's important for us as human beings to remember that failing and making mistakes are part of life. We should not avoid those kind of things in our life. It's important for us to remember that. And if you also look at the current system that we look at, that we are living in this world, it's not perfect. Life is not perfect. Life is full of up and downs as human beings. But as human beings, we are conditioned, like what I've said earlier on, we are conditioned to avoid making mistakes. But making mistakes and failing is actually a way to shape you to become a better person. So I need you to remember that when you are growing in life, life is not going to be perfect. Life is full of up and down as a human beings. But what's very important for you is to know where you are going, to know the vision that you have as a person, to know the direction, to know your purpose. But along the way, you will make mistakes, you will be a failure, but that should not stop you to go where you want to go in life. So it's important for you as an individual to remember that. I have seen a lot of people, even up to now, a lot of people, they avoid making mistakes. And do you know the interesting thing that actually happens when you avoid making mistakes is that you don't even grow as a person. You remain in what I call the comfort zone area. You don't grow. So if you want to grow in life, you want to go far in life, you have to be willing to make mistakes. You have to be willing to be a failure. Right now, the people that you call are very successful. Those people have failed many times. If they make a lot of mistakes before they become successful. So making mistakes and failing, it's actually a path to become successful. You don't become a great person without making mistakes, without failing. It's actually a medicine for someone who is willing to be successful in life. So I will always want you to remember that it's part of the journey. Don't avoid making mistakes, don't avoid to be a failure. It's actually an ingredient in your life to become successful in your life. So that is the message that I want to leave to you today, that be someone who is willing to make mistakes. Be someone who is willing to be a failure, because failure can actually help you to grow as a person. Don't worry if you are in your current position, if you're in a current state where you are facing a lot of difficulties. It's actually a part of the plan in your life to grow. So always keep in mind, bear in mind that you need to make mistakes, you need to be a failure, and you grow as time goes on. You actually see the mistakes that you make and actually pave your way to success as a person. So that was my message for you today, that I want you always to remember that it's not the end of the world. It's actually the path of become successful. And the people that have become successful, they always say this statement that you have to make a mistake, you have to be a failure before you become successful. So, which means that in life, when you are starting a business or whatever that you are doing, a failure must be something that is a must in your life. It's a must that you have to do. And recently, I released a video of heartbreaks. Heartbreaks also are means of making a failure, but it doesn't mean that you won't find someone who is better. You won't find someone who you enjoy love with. You will enjoy, but you have to be in pain. That's how life is. And I realized that in life, everything that you are going to have, everything that you become, everything that you are going to have in your life, it will come through pain. First of all, you experience pain in your life before you accept, before you welcome success in your life. You have to accept failure, you have to accept pain. So that's the nature of life. That's the nature of life. We have to make mistakes, we have to be a failure, but it doesn't mean that you don't grow. No, you grow as a person. So that is my message for you today. Always bear in mind that making mistakes and failing are part of the way for you to become successful. Don't worry, it's actually a way for you to pave your way to successful. So that was my message for you today. And don't forget and also share this video to many people that are in a current state where you see that they are frustrated, they are disappointed, they are worried about their current state in life. So encourage them and show this video to them that sometimes failure and making mistakes is actually an ingredient for them to become successful. You are actually being prepared by God to become successful in your life. Always remember that in your life. So thank you so much for watching this video. And I thank you guys so far for supporting my channel and subscribing to my channel. We have more videos that I'm going to produce on personal development, where I would share some of my experience and the personal videos that I'm going to create in this channel. It's going to help you a lot. So stick with this channel, and don't forget to share and like and subscribe. So thank you so much, and we'll see each other in my next video. Thank you. Cheers.